Okay. All righty. How's it going, guys? We are going to look today at Hayward Howard. All right. He is a cornerback from the state of Louisiana, Edna Carr. I think it's located even in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And Hayward Howard, his dad, I think, was maybe a lineman or a bigger position. He is 6'2", rangy corner. Has some ball skills to him. And as we're going to watch the tape here, okay, so he can run. I'd say that he runs probably in the high 4.4s if I were to guess. Bigger cornerback, somebody that they do have on the outside, but he probably weighs, I would guess, like 210 pounds. And he's not for everybody because he's a big physical corner, but, his speed is certainly, that's going to be kind of a question mark. There he honestly lets number one go past, and I guess that he sees the quarterback there throwing the football, so he's okay, the break on it. So that's pretty good instinctual football. I know that Texas, Jade Barron and Andrew Makuba and the guys that they had last year, I know that they play a lot of like zone defenses, Pete Kwiatkowski and Johnny Nansen. I know that they like to run a lot of zone. And, he does all right, in zone, and he can break on the football. He has very long arms. He is pretty athletic. It's interesting that LSU, maybe LSU, that I think they do have a pretty good class. Maybe LSU wants those kind of, smaller and faster corners, but he's physical. And, he guards the pass pretty well. He's going to have to be utilized in the right spot at the University of Texas, but he could even come down, and I want to see more on the tape. I want to see him play more of the run game and more like hitting people, and you could have him like as a safety at the college level. He definitely possibly could be a safety that can come down with his frame. But what we see here is very impressive ball skills, and up there against pretty good speed. And watch this play. Shadows, makes a play on the football. So, will he be able to be an outside corner? That's going to be the question. If he can get playing time at the University of Texas, will he be an outside corner? Will he go in the backer? I don't really see him as a slot. So, this is a player that really has a ton of potential. Like, I like a 6'2" player with his athletic profile. I think Texas is a great school. They don't really have him. There's a lot maybe to teach. Like, I want to teach him to play in the box. I want him to be in press. I want him to literally stifle wide receivers at the line. I want him to use his God-given ability, which is his size, is his longer arms, is his strength. All right. That's what I really want to see here from Hayward Howard. I want to see him really with strength. So that's why he's a 3-star, because again, like, there's going to be corners that are just really fluid, and I'd say that he's decently athletic, but I'd say that he's a little bit raw in terms of like footwork, just watching here on the tape. And I want to see him play more physical, with more physicality. And I think that could happen. And I think that Texas also sees this. Very good developmental piece, 6'2" corner, has very good ball skills, comfortable with the ball in the air, long arms, good athletic profile, could be versatile, could play the middle of the field, could play down in the box as a backer. So really good piece to add to your room. Also, dad was a prolific player. So I like this, and the fit is very exciting because if you are honestly Hayward Howard, you want to be used as an outside corner. You want people to believe in your 6'2" profile. You want people to believe in your ability to play on the outside or to have a really good plan for you and your development. And I think the University of Texas is, of course, a blue blood in that capacity.